Hey guys, hope everybody's having a fantastic day. I want to do something a little bit different today, and I wanted to go through my top 10 fifth pocket carry knives or secondary carry knives or tiny knives. These are going to be in numerical order, but they are not always fixed in that order. I change depending on what I'm carrying a fifth pocket knife for my secondary carry for. So we're going to start with number 10, and that is the Dirk Pingerton Kizer Shard. This little knife is absolutely adorable. It's a Wharncliffe with a very wicked, sharp, pointy edge. I can get a 4-finger grip on this knife with my pinky just barely hanging over, and I can control the entire blade. So whether I'm destroying packages or I'm cutting into things at the office, or I'm doing things around the house, cutting carpet, cutting all kinds of things. This is kind of bridging the gap between a little micarta N690 folder and a utility knife. But that's number 10, and that is the Kizer Shard liner lock with the deep carry clip in micarta. Number 9 is a knife from Damn Designs. It is the Oney that I always fail flipping under camera. This is a little Tanto blade, a little bit thicker in terms of overall carry profile from some of the other knives we'll look at, but it still disappears in that fifth pocket. Has a deep carry clip, works very well and has great retention. Has fantastic jimping at the top of the blade here, and also as it goes into that little poon. But this, again, it's a package destroyer. It's great for opening packages. It's great for getting into making small cuts where you have to make small cuts. Or if somebody needs to borrow a pocket knife, something you can pull out and hand to them. This thing can be opened with 2 hands. Simple liner lock, D2 and G10. Also a front flipper. But number 9 on the fifth carry pocket knives, Damn Designs, Oney or Jen. I think it's Oney. Number 8. We have a made in the USA, the only automatic on this list, and this is the Kershaw Launch 4. Why is it so far up on my list? It's a made in America USA knife. I love made in America USA knives. Guys, it's an automatic. I live in a state where it's totally cool to have the biggest automatic I want to carry. But if I open this at the office, if I start murdering cardboard with this to get into a box, I just never know what type of reaction I'm going to get. I love it around the house. I love it on weekends. I love fidgeting with it. It's just a fantastic little knife, and that's the Kershaw Launch 4 coming in at number 8. Coming in at number 7, I have the thinnest knife in this collection, and that is the SOG Ultra XR. I believe that's the name of it. But this is that money clip that doubles as a knife. It's basically, you can use this as a pocket clip, or you can use this as a money clip to keep your cards and to keep your money in. Put it in your pocket. It disappears in your pocket. It's got an axis lock or a bar lock, and I'm going to fail it because I'm under the screen. But it's an S35 VN. Very thin hollow grind blade that comes down to a paper sharp laser beam. This knife takes up no room or weight in your pocket. And again, for getting into letters, for getting into boxes, for getting into any of those things that an urban environment might throw your way, and still take up no room in your fifth pocket, and still be able to give it to someone who might not be as knife fluent and they won't cut their hand off. So that is the SOG XR something or another. I'll put that in the description. And that came in at number 7. Number 6 is a knife from one of my favorite new traditional manufacturers, Finch. And this is the Finch Lucky 13. The Finch Lucky 13 comes in a little bit smaller in the Finch lineup, but this is a great sheep's foot Wharncliffe blade with 14C 28M blade steel, I believe. I could be wrong on that. Check the descriptions. It's titanium liners, titanium clip. carbon fiber. This is the Blade HQ edition, so it's actually got a carbon fiber inlay instead of some of the bone or more traditional materials that they put in a lot of their knives. But this is a very snappy knife, a knife that I can get a lot of different grips on, and for a 5th pocket carry knife, it's just fantastic. I love fidgeting with it. I love carrying it. It takes up a lot of time as a secondary carry. So that's our first 5. Let's look at what we have coming in my estimation, for number 5. And if this knife had not been in my collection for so long, it would rate much higher. This is a fantastic knife, guys. All these knives can be top 5th carry knives, and I would recommend any one of them to any one of you that's looking for a 5th carry knife. But this is the Malea. This is Swag's design. If I'm not mistaken, it's her first design. It is a knife that is multiple deployments, front open or front flipper, thumb stud deployment. Has a fantastic grip that really locks in a 3-finger grip on the handle before I even take advantage of the choil. And then it gives me a choil where I can get all 4 fingers on it. It's kind of a sheep's footy blade with a little bit of a reverse tanto going on. Super thin, disappears in the 5th pocket. Deep carry clip, and Artisan Cutlery, CJRB, steel, RPM 9, something like that. Sorry I don't have that. It'll be in the description too. I'm kind of dropping the ball when I've got a lot of knives on you guys, aren't I? Please forgive me. I'm doing my best. So anyway, this is the Malea coming in at number 5. Fantastic little knife. So much so I've also got the more Malea, but it's not a 5th pocket carry, so it will not be in this video. Number 4, and a fantastic gentleman's knife, and that is the Kizer Yorkie. This is a Kizer Yorkie that I got on sale through Blade HQ. It's a very small, petite knife, but I can get a full 4-finger grip on it. It's got a super thin, sharp behind the edge, flat grind blade, S35 VN blade steel, carbon fiber handles. Not a deep carry clip, but deep enough pocket carry clip for a 5th pocket carry knife, and just really a great specimen from Kizer. And that is number 4, our Kizer Yorkie. Number 3 is also, ironically, my favorite Finch knife, and that is the 1929. Guys, this is an amazing knife. If you haven't experienced a 1929 by now, and you're not opposed to small knives, run out and grab this knife. Pick up any configuration, any handle material. This is a stellar knife. It is drop shutty. It is reminiscent of the days gone by. Looks very traditional, but it has modern conveniences like titanium. It has 14C28 blade. It has, I believe this one is canvas micarta or burlap micarta for the scales. And the action, the fidgetability, and the thinness of this knife and the utility of this blade. It'll get into packages. It'll cut through anything that your urban EDC workday will throw at you that doesn't require a heavy duty knife. And that is the Finch 1929, also my favorite Finch in the lineup. Brings us to number 2, and I could not go wrong with this knife. I could recommend it to any of you guys, and this is the CIVIVI Baby Banter. I love the wee Banter. It was a little bit big for this top 10, and actually the CIVIVI Baby Banter does so many things just as well, and in some cases better. I had to feature it as number 2 knife. This knife gives me a full 4-finger grip on an absolutely tiny knife with that choil. That choil is built into the natural grip of that handle. Deep carry clip, flat grind, super slicey blade, absolutely action to die for, fidgety as it can be, disappears in your 5th pocket because it is very, very thin, and just a fantastic 5th pocket knife and fantastic EDC knife altogether. And that's the CIVIVI Baby Banter coming in at number 2. Which brings us to number one. What could my number one fifth carry knife be? Well, for all of you that don't know, I am a TRM fanboy. And I absolutely love this little TRM Nerd. This is not the Holy Nerd. This is not the new Nerd, which I will add to my collection. But this is the original Nerd. The blade on this is ingenious. It is a tall, flat grind with a reverse tan-toe blade that comes down to probably one of the sliciest edges I have. It's a liner lock. It is super thin. Has a fantastic titanium deep pick carry pocket clip. I've got probably 4 or 5 sets of scales for this knife, which just by removing these 2 screws on each side, you don't even have to touch the pivot. You can take those scales off. Slow rolls like a beast. Gives you so many different grip options to really cut, whether it's utility cuts, whether it's getting into mail, whether it's getting into packages, whatever that case may be. This knife will live up to it. And more importantly, you can hand it to someone who's not that familiar with pocket knives, and they can open it just like it was a nail nick, use it, either use the liner lock to put it away or hand it back to you to put it away. So guys, that is JuhVon's top 10 fifth carry pocket knives. Be curious to see what you guys like in the comments and what you guys have as favorites. Again, this is purely objective. This is just what I like. And again, they're not in really any particular order. I did put them in a top 10, but some of these could move up and move back just depending on the day. Guys, please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Continue to look out for each other. Continue to spread love and positivity through the chats and through the community. I love you all. Thank you so much for stopping and watching the video. And thank you if you felt inclined for subscribing. I promise to keep trying to put out content and evolving it so it's more entertaining to you all. Love you. Peace.